feels to me solidly that Carolina is the least coveted job, I would say. As one person put it to me, he called it miserable. The one thing about Carolina that I think is interesting, and when I was talking to this individual, they said, you should always approach it owner first. He said, I hear the media and they're like talking about the cap situation. They're talking about the roster. They're talking about the quarterback. Oh, that's all great. And that's fine. Those are things that you look at. But he said, you go in through the front door straight into the ownership office. He's like, that's the first place you go. And if that's not right, I don't care what else is on that roster. He's like, Tom Brady could be on the roster. He's like, Patrick Mahomes could be on the roster. If you have a terrible owner, if you have a big problem with that owner, if you don't have a trust, a bond, that you feel like you can build of trust with that owner, it's not going to work. And you will be undermined in that job at some point.
While Carolina definitely is going to be our collective bottom, and two of the coaches I talked to did rank as the bottom, I had one person put Tennessee as the bottom. And they said that just when you look at what the decisions the owner has been making, particularly that if Mike Vrabel is not good enough a coach for you, then who is? And look at the decision. It's an ascending decision while Titans are a descending team. Look at the talent of the other teams in the decision. And yeah, you might have Levis, but do you have the working organization or the working relationship you need between GM and head coach and owner? And where is the owner going to side between the two? And again, that's not a knock on a front office. That is how the owner is viewing them.
I'm looking across the board at these openings and saying, man, ownership is a bigger issue to failure of a team than most of us want to acknowledge in conversation.